Hi coaches, welcome to day 9 of our coach success training for Team M2L, and I am really excited to talk to you about something that is really special to me today. So I'll try to keep it short because I know I've had some really long videos, but we just really can't talk about this enough because I know it's exactly what helps you and it's exactly what has helped me. And so a little bit of this will be sharing my heart with you. And we all have our different passions and our dreams and our wants and all that. But what it all boils down to is how well we build relationships. So, I know we can overcomplicate things and think, oh, I'm afraid that I won't say the right thing or that I'll say too much or, my coach Kelly calls it Beachbody vomit. Because when you're excited about something, you just want to invite everyone, especially if you've loved it and gotten really good results. So you have to really think about starting off slow and what that looks like, because it's not like a 30-second invite. It's not a 30-second sell. You have to have some foundation there for people to trust you. We're not selling purses. We're not selling fingernails. We're not selling candles. We're not selling anything like that. We're selling life change for people. And not that it's so much of selling as it is supporting people and helping people through that. And they have to trust you. And that comes from building relationships. So I want to go over a few things and the steps that we need to take to do that. So number one, it comes back to meeting new people. Because, we can go through our 200 people like I did in the beginning on Facebook and have, we run out of that in 2 weeks of talking to people, and, we can burn through our hot market of our close friends and family, and, that doesn't go over very well after a certain point. So it really comes down to meeting new people, and there are thousands of people in the world for you to meet, and so many people that would love to have your help. So think about meeting new people. Number one. Your goal and your attention needs to be in growing those relationships little by little and taking the time to do that. So that would be, in your daily vital behaviors of inviting. I pair that with building relationships because an invite means nothing if there's no relationship there. So the third thing is in doing that, and doing number 2, is to ask questions and listen. The program that you've been the most successful with may not be the program that's right for them, because we all have different needs and wants. We all have different health and fitness goals. We all have different life goals. So whatever, and we also have different passions in fitness. So where you might like yoga and Pilates, you might meet someone that's a hardcore cardio person, and they would not like PIO. I just want to tell you, from the beginning, they might not like it. So you want to break it down and ask questions and listen. So how do you ask questions? That is the biggest question that I get from people. And how do you start that when you're starting to build relationships? So in Beachbody, in the Beachbody community, we call it forming. F-O-R-M. And when you form someone, it's the easiest guide to building relationships and to getting to know people. So when you think about this, think about that you're forming someone, and you can form someone at the grocery store. You can form someone when you're, at a kid's softball game or soccer game. So what it stands for is family, occupation, recreation, and message. So when you look at that, you want to think, okay, I want to ask them about their family. Do they have kids? Are they married? How long they've been married. Things about their kids, how old their kids are, their occupation, where they work, what do they like to do, what are they gifted in, recreation, what they like to do for fun. If you're seeing them go to the lake every weekend, then that's probably something they really enjoy. But ask them about it, because if you've just recently met them, you have no idea. But if you have seen them and you have known them, you can always kind of mention that, because if they love it, then they probably would like to talk about it and why they love it. So then, we'll talk about how you work your message into that. Because 2 things, if you're consistent on Facebook, your message they will already know your message, and they might even have questions for you about that. So we'll talk about how you work your message into that personally for them. When you are hearing the answers to these questions, when you're forming them, different people are going to have different answers to their family, to their occupation, whether their family life is wonderful or whether they're moving or things are changing, or having new babies, listen for those things, because those are the things that will help target you to the things that they need. So, and remember, this is not about you. You are just a avenue to help them and to get them what they need and what they want. So, look for the answers and be listening, and think about how you don't want to talk about yourself too much. You can always say relatable things and say, I have felt that way, or I have had those experiences, or I know how hard that is. And, but always make it about them and what they are needing. So you can, you will hear sometimes in these messages that, your old self might hear negative things where you're like, they won't want what I am selling, or they won't want what I'm doing. They won't want to join my challenge or my business because they've had this negative thing, this negative thing, this negative thing, whether it's they're going through a divorce, or whether they're moving, or whether they're, they don't like their job, or whether they're changing jobs, or whether they, you just don't have any money. You might hear all of those things, and your old self might just say, oh, shoot, they won't want to do this, or they wouldn't want to join me, even though I know they need it. But your new self doing all this personal development is a wonderful thing, because you will change how you hear that. You will hear it. Hopefully you will hear it. If you're doing your personal development, you will hear that this might be a great opportunity for them. This might be exactly what this mom needs, because she has no energy for her kids, and she's feeling lethargic all day, and she wants to take a nap in the afternoon. So listen to what they're saying and hear it in a positive light, because you have their solution. Whether it's someone that wants to get in shape and they would like to support other people and help other people, and Beachbody is their avenue to do that. So think about what their needs and wants are, and how you have the solution for them. And, just a side note here, it's no surprise that you will hear lots of no's. And actually, no's are good, because when coaches tell me that they're hearing no's, I love to hear that, because they are working, they're inviting people, and they're helping people. So, it boils down to, when you simplify it, that you're asking them what they need, and you're offering that to them. It boils down to this one question at the end, and we'll go over it in the next video. But when you hear their problems and hear the things they're going through, and you're thinking about the best opportunity to ask them this, but I either say it two ways. I say, have you ever thought about doing what I'm doing? Because if they've seen you on Facebook, they probably have a clue as to you do something with health and fitness, or you love clean food if you post clean recipes. So first question, have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? Second thing is, have you ever considered being a health and fitness coach? An online health and fitness coach? Find a way to work that question in to see if it's something that they would be interested in. All right, I would love to hear if you have been doing this, and if you have been inviting people into the business already, just in day 9 of this group, and how that has worked out for you. I would love for you to tag your coach if you do comment and share some things. And I look forward to tomorrow. Thank you, guys.